Hello, welcome to the season 2 of the It's Raining Crafts podcast. This is episode 40. My name is Raina. You can find me on Ravelry and Instagram under SF Chick. Today is May 21st, 2017. I have projects to show you that I completed. I have a big yarn haul. And I have whips to show you that I'm working on. And then I will end that with a little bit of life stuff. So why don't we get into what I'm working on? So I have 3 finished objects. They're all hats. I decided to work on hats for the craft show at the end of the year that I participate in every year. So the first hat that I have, I call this the instant coffee hat because I did the instant coffee socks by Dami Allman, and um, that's coming up like that. I did the instant coffee socks by Dami Allman out of the second Gigi Girls Knit pattern book that they released, and I decided that it would be cute in a hat, so I took the pattern and I put it into a hat. This is Lion Brand Landscapes yarn. In the Boardwalk colorway, I did this on size 10 high interchangeable needles that was started on Easter 4/16, and I finished it on April 21st. So it was a little quick hat that I did. And this next one is the Simple Sample Hat by Christina Roy. I love this hat. I love this pattern. I love how squishy it is. I think I went down to 72 stitches instead of 80. Was done on size 10 high interchangeable needles. Started on Easter and finished April 30th. It's a nice little quick hat. The original pattern tells you to do 80 stitches, and that's too big. I don't have that much hair that I used to have. My hair gets really thick, and used to be really long too. But I don't have that hair anymore. So I decided to go to 72 stitches. The last hat that I have is the Gridiron hat by Johnny Vasquez. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. This is out of Lion Brand wool spun yarn in the purple colorway. Then on the same size 7 size 10 highest. And then this was started May 1st and completed May 10th. So, and then so those are what I finished. I enjoy making hats, and I always try to find unique patterns when I'm searching Ravelry. So the next thing that we'll get to is what I'm working on. So I completed my sweater increases, my shoulder increases on my sweater. This is the Calligraphy Cardigan by Hannah Fettig. It's in my chicken boots bag. I forget what it's called, a nesting box. Where are my neighbors? They're very loud outside. But I completed the increases last week, and then I went to my yarn shop my LYS and got Lisa to help me split for the sleeves. So I only have one purl row done so far. What's that? But I'm in a sock phase right now, so I'm making socks like crazy. And I will talk more about that later. But I like my sweater. I started in January. I'm like, oh, I only have 42. I only have X number of rows till I'm done with the collar. And then it's like, oh, I get to my shoulder increases. And life stuff happened with, well, my mother. I had to go and take care of her and when she had her retinal surgery. And then my grandmother died on my dad's side. So April was a really, really tough month for me. And that's why I decided to start new this time. So I see a project over there that I forgot to get. I will be right back. So the second whip that I'm working on is a hoe. Half finished object. I finished one sock. I finished this while I was waiting for delivery to come here, but this is Knit Mona yarn in her Jelly Bracelets colorway. I like how it pulls. The pink and the black pulls, and the yellow and the blue. But I'm on the second sock now. So it's going along fine. I did 6 rows yesterday, and I twisted my stitches, so I had to rip 6 rows out. Well, that really stunk. So I had to I recast it on, and then I did 6 rows last night before I went to bed. So the next project that I am working on are my anxiety socks that I casted on last month. No, that's not the bag. Where is the bag? Oh, it's in my sheep bag. My sheeple Star Wars bag. So I am on the gusset. I picked up the gusset last night. No, I picked up the gusset on Friday night and did 4 rows last night. And this is Fiber Nymph Dye Works in her Electric Peeps colorway that she came out around Easter. And I was never a fan of Peeps until I married my husband. So I had to have this yarn. And it's just so, and I'm making them shorties, and they're on size 1 Chiagu needles, 9-inch circs. This is how I do my gusset. I do my heel flap and my heel turn on double points, and then I pick up the gusset on the 9-inch circulars, and right here is my instep between the 2 stitch markers. And then I do my SSK or my knit 2 together, depending which side I'm on. So those are my Fiber Nymph socks, anxiety socks. When I came back from California from helping my mom with her retinal surgery the first time, she got it again. The retina detached, and she had to have the surgery again. And this time they put a 2-month gas bubble in her eye. So she's unable to fly here to in June, and hopefully by the end of June she'll be here. So the next thing that I am working on, sorry, I'm taking my projects out as I am working on them, is another sock that I casted on. I got this yarn before I went to Stitches. This is Hedgehog Fibers in an electric colorway. It's like a cobalt Smurf blue, and I think this yarn is screaming pattern socks to me. So I think that I'm going to make the Rye socks out of this yarn by Tin Candlets if it's a free pattern in their simple collection. I never made the pattern before, but I did my 6. I'm halfway through my my ribbing, and then I'll decide. I'll look at the pattern and I'll decide what they should be. So that's another whip that I'm currently working on. And then in my Van Gogh bag that I got from Green Planet Yarn in San Jose, I started the Fuss Free Festival Shawl by Louise Tilbrook, and it's a paid for pattern, but I signed up for her newsletter, so I got the pattern free in my Ravelry library. But this is what I have done so far. This is some Neighborhood Fiber Company in the Georgetown colorway. It's just something easy to work on. This is my Zen project. This is when I don't want to work on my sweater or my socks. This is my Zen. So it's just knitting and purling, and I don't think there's any purls, but there's increases, there's a decrease, and you just knit. And I think it's beautiful. This is Neighborhood Fiber Company in their Rustic Fingering. So that'll take us into acquisitions. So since I last spoke to you, I went to Maryland Sheep and Wool. I told you about my grandmother, and I turned another year older. So what Maryland Sheep and Wool was the Saturday before my birthday. Turned Friday on Friday, May the 12th. I turned 40 years old. It's like, wow, 40. I didn't ever think of it, but my son picked out this book on Amazon with his dad. So I know how to crochet, but I never done amigurumi. So I guess that I had to learn amigurumi because I have to make him stuff from this book. So, another thing is that they were doing stuff in kindergarten for school, and for Mother's Day, and he gave this to me. And you see that I time traveled in the thing because I just told you I turned 40. He thinks I'm 33. But he says, my mom's name is Raina. She is 33 years old. My mom is the most beautiful when she plays Hoot Owl Hoot. My mom laughs when she tickles me. When I'm at school, my mom knits at home. The best thing that she cooks is mac and cheese. I love my mom more than her cat. And then he wrote his name on the bottom. But I thought this was so funny, and I'm going to frame this and probably hang it over here. So another thing that he taught me, well, he made me, was this poster behind me. And he's recently gotten into Mario Brothers. And, you know, I told him that his Aunt Natalie, my best friend, and I used to play Mario all the time. So he made this poster. And here's the piranha plant. And here's the Goomba. And it says New Super Mario Brothers. And then this is a question block with the mushroom coming out of it. I thought it was adorable. But I went to Maryland Sheep and Wool, and I had a lot of fun, and I got I didn't buy a lot of yarn. Some were impulse buys, and some were just, this was an impulse buy. This is On the Round in their Everyday Light colorway, in their Everyday Light fingering weight. This is called Ectoplasm. Now, if you're 40 or younger, or a little bit older, you remember Ghostbusters. I had to get this because it reminded me of that. So it's superwash merino wool. There's no nylon in it. It's a single ply, 425 yards. And I don't know what I'm going to make out of it. But that was my impulse buy. This was my second impulse buy because I was walking around with friends, and the one friend, Denise, that I was walking around with, she stopped at this booth and was talking to the woman, and we were about going. She was talking to the woman about her dying and everything, and so when I was standing in the booth, I saw this colorway. It's purples, and it's blacks, and it's teals, and it's like eggplanty purple, and then it goes to like lilac. It's Yankee Dyer yarns, or yankeedyer.com, and the colorway is called Snurple, and it was 80/20 merino and nylon, 400 yards, and I can't wait to knit with this because I'm trying to be good and knit my projects that I currently have on the needles before I start any ones. And then I went to the Neighborhood Fiber Company booth. My sister-in-law, the instant coffee socks that I showed you in the last episode, Those are going to my sister-in-law. So I had to get another skein because I'm making those socks again for me. So this is the Neighborhood Fiber Company DuPont Circle colorway. It's a 100% superwash merino. And I love this colorway. And then this is my first purchase of the day at Maryland Sheep and Wool. Half of us, well, there was a bus that went down. So half of the people that I was sitting by went to Dragonfly Fibers, and then half of the people went to Neighborhood Fiber Company first. So I went with the people that went to not Neighborhood Fiber Company, but Dragonfly Fibers. So this was their exclusive colorway for Maryland Sheep and Wool. This is Billy Goat Trail. It's 100% superwash merino. I can't make sauce with it, but it's beautiful. It's greens and blues and browns, and it's just gorgeous. And then what else did I get? I went to Gail's Art to get a sock blank. I wanted to knit from a sock blank, and I have a double sock blank, but I wanted a single sock blank. So this is my Gail's Art sock blank that I got. Isn't it beautiful? It's called Psychedelic Flowers, and I always say that I'm an inner hippie, and I belonged in the 60s and the 70s with all the music that I listened to. I grew up listening to with my mother. So that was all that I purchased at Maryland Sheep and Wool. And then I made some purchases online. So the first was the Stray Cat Socks. This yarn dyer's out of New Zealand. I found her on Etsy. Well, I found her watching other podcasts. And I went to her store. And she had this colorway. And I said I was a child of the 80s. This is called Strawberry Shortcake. Oh, it's so pretty. It's gray. It looks like white, but it's really gray. And it's self-striping. I can't wait to knit with it. And then I was watching Tiffany of the Woolen Homestead podcast on YouTube, and she showed this. This is blueberry crumb cake in the soft sock, 75-25, 462 yards, and it's just beautiful. I love it. The more and more I look at it, the more and more I love it. And I think these would be really warm socks. So, and then I got some yarn for my clubs that I belong to. So this is from Fiberista. This is Spa Platinum. 75 merino, 10% cashmere, 10% silk, 5% stellina, and a marigold colorway. Isn't that beautiful? It's like, it makes me so happy when I look at it. I can't wait to knit with this. So, and then I got from Knit Crate, my Knit Crate subscription, I got this imp sock from Fairy and the Pixies. It's 80/20, 463 yards, and the color's called Beast. And it's just turquoise. It's just like different shades of blue. It's more tonal, but it's so soft and oh. And then I got some DK yarn from Fabrice this month. This is Shibui. In there, this is Shibui Dune. It's 50% alpaca, 25 baby camel, 25 silk. And I got 2 skeins because they're 50-gram skeins. But I'm not going to make socks out of this. I think this is calling for a hat. What kind of hat? I don't know. But it's so soft. And it's... oh. And then my sister-in-law gave me a gift card for my local yarn store for Christmas. And since I was recently there and they had a sale on self-striping yarn, I got a Sourball. This is Sourball Stark 6 in the Herbstone colorway. It is 75/25. But I just think it's beautiful with the teals and the blacks and the oranges and the stripiness. Oh. So, that was my iPad telling me that I have a Periscope notification, which I really don't follow on Periscope anymore. But I turned 40, and my mother for my 40th birthday bought me a whole new living room furniture. So I got a love seat, I got a recliner, and I got like a little I got a club chair, which I'm sitting in right now. But that was my birthday present, and then she gave me money to spend at Maryland Sheep and Wool. And I got it, and the 2 other things that I picked up at Maryland Sheep and Wool was a pair of stitch markers for my mother-in-law, because she contacted Denise and got me on the bus to go down to Maryland Sheep and Wool. And then she was unable to go down because she was in Florida at the time. She felt really, really bad. But that was part of my 40th birthday present. And then we went to, what else have we done? We went to a play with Kel's class, up in Lancaster at the Dutch Apple Theater. It was a play with a really long title. It was, I hate living on a main road. Anyway, it was Alexander and a very, 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 very bad, horrible day. And it was very funny, and they were very good actors, and Cal enjoyed himself. And then we went, and then I got a whole slew of yarn for my birthday. I got a $100 gift card for Green Planet Yarn for my mom's friend Carol and Jay for my birthday. I quickly went online and I ordered more yarn. And then I found, went to Fiber Nymph Dye Works was having a sale, and I got a gradient. And then I went on Webs and I placed an order there. I got another Zour ball. So I have 2 in my possession, 2 more Zour balls coming. Is that right? Yes. Because I ordered one from Green Planet and then I ordered one from Webs. It was a really good price for the Zour balls. So I and then on my birthday too, I set my iPhone through the washer. I realized that I set my iPhone through the washer. I was over at my in-laws and they picked me up, and my mother-in-law picked me up and took me to her house so I could do a few loads of laundry while I was there. And then I discovered my iPhone was in the washer. And I had insurance on it. My mom looked it up and she had insurance on my iPhone, so I only had to pay the deductible and got my new iPhone. And I don't know what else is going on. Oh, so part of my birthday present too for my mother-in-law was to go out to lunch. We have started this thing last year where there's it's your birthday, you get to pick where you get to go to lunch. So in November we went to Shady Maple with my mother-in-law, and in December we went to Rachel's Cravery. We really didn't do it for Graham's birthday because we had her birthday celebration, birthday party. So I was like, oh, let's go to Rachel's Cravery again. So we went to Rachel's Cravery, and we had a fabulous time, and we went to Lancaster Central Market after, and I got a pound of coffee, and then I was walking through the market. I was walking behind them. I'm like, I saw this big flat of wheatgrass. I was so excited because my cat, little girl, she loves wheatgrass. She will chomp on it like it's salad. So and it wasn't pricey, but it was really cheap too. So I didn't have any cash. I only had my card. So I brought her home some wheatgrass, and the moment she saw me take it out of the bag, she's like, meow, 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 meow. Oh, it was so adorable. And she's sitting over here staring at me. So that's what I'm looking at. But that's what's been going on, and that's everything that I finished. And I hope I get to talk to you later. She's shaking the yoga mat that has the computer on it right now. So sorry for the little motion sickness, but if you get motion sick. But anyway, I hope that you have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.